Hey, BZB TV fans. My name is Matt Richards with BZB Gear. I'm here in San Antonio, Texas, and today I'm joined by Joel Cruz, who is not at the studio today. He's feeling a little bit under the weather, but he's still here with us, joining us. So cheers for him for being a good sport and showing up even when he's not feeling too great. But, I think it's just really he had a little bit too much turkey this last week, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was no, I think it's just that it's that season, man. You know, it's everyone's stuff going around. Is it COVID? Is it not? I took a test. It's not COVID. It's just your common cold. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to go to the office, get everyone sick there. So yeah, I am here in my residence in San Jose. It's about a 2-hour drive from Sacramento. But I am here in my domain. Got a little. I got Santa backing me up with a jazz flute, with a sax. Yeah, no, it's just Thanksgiving was just last week, just so fast, right? It's like right after. It's like Thanksgiving to me, like November, December, kind of meld into like 1 month. It's kind of like like right after the other, and then Christmas.
It goes so fast.
Yeah. What did you have? How was your Thanksgiving? A lot of leftovers still?
Not still. No. Thanksgiving was good though. I mean, we had mashed potatoes, we had turkey, we had green beans, we had stuffing, of course. Obviously, I'm actually a little bit of a confession. I'm not a stuffing guy. I don't really eat stuffing. Not a huge fan.
Okay.
But we did have gravy and all that, so it was pretty good though, man. It was a great meal. It was the first time that we actually were able to sit down and have a real Thanksgiving since moving.
That's right.
This time last year was when my grandfather was in the hospital, so it was a little bit of a mess. But we were able to enjoy it this year. What about yourself?
Nice, good. Just went over to my brother's house with his wife and the kids, and then my parents came along, and then my sister-in-law's parents were there. So it was just easygoing dinner. The Niner game was going on Thursday night football. It was Niners versus Seahawks. So Niners won, so it was a good time watching the game. Everybody would have been grumpy, but no. Have you heard of Gordon Ramsay?
Well, I've heard of Gordon Ramsay.
Well, yeah. I guess he has a certain way to make a turkey, Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, okay. So I didn't know about this. My brother was looking into it, so he spent like all day Thursday making it, and he was real proud. We got there, and it's basically you stuff it with like lemons, the turkey, lemons, and I forgot what else he did, but then he added there's bacon in there.
Okay.
And it was very I think the lemon is there for the to help keep it, I guess, for the aroma, but also, so it doesn't dry out. I know turkey it easily dries out. So, but no, the way he made it with the bacon, and it was not dry. It was, because usually like when my mom,
you said bacon, and that's all you need from me.
That's
turkey and bacon. I'm already in, brother.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I just Google it, and then maybe for next, maybe for Christmas dinner. Don't gotta wait for Thanksgiving next year. But
I think we're doing ham this year for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my kids love ham. I'm okay with ham. They love ham. So they were eating all of that up.
Speaking of things that were kind of new, what did you watch the Black Friday football game?
Oh, I did. That was like the first ever, right?
The first ever Black Friday football game
by Amazon. Because they're having like Thursday nights on Prime now, so that was part of the Thursday night game, I guess, on Friday. It was a little weird. You don't have football usually on that day, but it was cool. I mean, I love that you can't get it, or at least myself, I can't get enough football. So that day, after eating all the turkey, stuff like that, and then Friday morning, the game was about noon Pacific time. So yeah.
Well, it wasn't exactly a great game to watch. So I hate to say that, but it wasn't the most entertaining game. springboarding off of all the Black Friday and the Thanksgiving stuff. I'm sitting here in a nice warm cabin, just getting ready for
Yes.
Christmas, right? Get ready for the season. I think you're chilling on some hot cocoa over there. So
It is some hot tea. I need it for my sore throat right now, but so it's working well. I know. I see you got like a log fire, nice and toasty there.
Mm-hmm. Well, just wanted to say next stream, not next week, but the week after, we will be doing a little bit of a Christmas special. But for now, we're going to go ahead and springboard past Christmas. And we're going to be talking about the new year because just like Thanksgiving, and now the fact that we're almost in December, tomorrow is December 1st. Yeah. The year is coming to a close, and next thing we know, it's going to be 2024. So we want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's coming up in 2024 from us, what to expect, and some cool stuff that we might be doing.
Exactly.
So I think I'll start it off, Joel. We'll talk a little bit about where we're going, but one thing that I do want to mention, and I'm going to change my background here real quick, because we've got I know a little bit of breaking the spirit here, but I kind of think this is a little bit irrelevant because we did launch 2 new gear series this year, which was the Essential and the Pro gear. So we're kind of looking to do a little bit of the same thing that we've been doing this last year in 2024, and that's going to be fleshing out some of our product lines. We launched the Adamo, for example, back in, 2021? Mm-hmm. And in 2022, we kind of finished up some products that really go hand in hand with the Adamo, because back in 2021, right, we didn't have stuff like the Commander Pro or other things to kind of pair with the Adamo to kind of say, hey, this is the all-in-one package that goes with the Adamo. Yeah. So, Joel, now that I've done my little bit of a spiel, I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so just to kind of piggyback on what you just said, we have been releasing, many products throughout the year, this past year. The reason for that is because, like you mentioned, we had the Adamo, back in 2021. We had, we started doing our 8K line, but with the 8K line, it was just a basic, like 2x1 switcher, just to start things off. And the Adamo 4K was the camera, worked really well. But then at the time, it was just the camera. So that's why we're, building, releasing more products. It's to basically complete the lines and product categories that we have, been working so hard on. So for instance, the Adamo 4K, at the time we did not have, anything to complement it, like a joystick controller, capture cards, or signal extenders, whatnot, etc. So, and that's why we spend a lot of time to kind of complement the cameras, since it's an award-winning camera, fan favorite. A lot of people love it, but to boost that up, we want to complement it with the correct solutions to kind of amplify your projects, and get the most out of the Adamo camera. I mean, the camera by itself is impeccable, amazing. But if you're gonna have a live stream setup and a whole production, you're gonna need those other solutions to kind of combine with the camera. You can't
absolutely. So
yeah,
I think one of the questions you guys might be having is, okay, so what kind of products are you releasing next year, right? Well, we've already kind of released some of them this year, or at least the beginning of it, and we have seen some success from that. Specifically just being recognized in the industry for it. But, here's one of the examples of something that we released 2021 and in 2022 as well, that we are really, really looking at really fleshing out the lineup of. And that's going to be our 8K products, right? So we are trying to pave the way as a trailblazer in the industry for 8K. We have won some awards for some of the stuff that we have, like our matrix switchers, our splitters. But that's really the big product line that we are looking at hitting off in 2024.
Yeah, I mean, so with the 8K, we are just going to. We have a good uh, a variety of products now: switchers, matrix switchers, splitters, even 8K cables. But we in 2024, we are going to expand on our 8K lineup. One of our new 8K matrix switchers, which right there in the middle, you see it won a TNT award at ISC last year's ISC. Is our 8x8 8K matrix switcher, which is the one on the bottom, the one that's sitting on the bottom. But that one, we are going to develop now next year a 16x16. So a
We're
lot.
going big.
Yeah, yeah, we're going big, right? So for 8K, yeah, we have we're gonna have a 16x16. One of the very big products that we're going to work on in 2024, but honestly, it won't make it to the market till 2015 maybe. But this year we're going to go full steam, concentrate on making an 8K PTZ camera.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had a lot of success with our PTZ cameras since we came out, and then obviously the Adamo 4K and Adamo Junior, the 1080p and the 4K version of our AI auto tracking camera. So that one is going to be pretty much the model of our 8K camera. We love this look. Everybody loves the look. It's very unique. You don't see other cameras like this around. So yeah, what better way to dress up an 8K camera than around the Adamo, award-winning Adamo mold. Mm-hmm. And not just cameras. So we have cameras, we have matrix switchers lines, but you are going to need an 8K a tool, test generator, for instance.
Pattern generator, yep.
And there you go. This one is our next generation AVTPG Mini G2 second generation, which will now support 8K.
And that G2 is Gen 2, just like you said.
Yeah. And thanks. Shout out to Rave Publications. They recognized us for this tester. Yes, so big up to them. Thank you guys. But we're just pretty much getting started right now. It's hasn't even hit 2024, and already we're gaining steam and getting recognized. So very big news. Everybody's like really proud to end the year and obviously to start the new one. So
and just to kind of piggyback off you here, this is our Mini G2. Now that being said, we actually have other test pattern generators that are 8K focused that either I believe we either haven't shown them off yet or they haven't actually hit the market yet, and they are slotted to be in that 2024 year time frame, excuse me. So that's going to be when you're looking at a lot of these. So we are not just stopping with the Mini G2. It's going to be continuing to build more tools for you to future proof and be able to come up to the new standards as they come in.
Yeah,
so
actually, Matt,
let me actually take a look at this link that you sent me real quick, just so you guys can see another one. Joe was about to tell me that he sent it at me, but yeah. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Yep. So the one that we just saw, that's our mini version, more compact. This one is a more robust, more full system. So this one is right now we have, this one is the AVTPG-8K. We have currently an AVTPG 4K tester, but obviously for next year, concentrating 8K. So this will be our new and latest.
Yep. So this will be one of our HDMI test pattern generators. So plenty, and I believe this is all touchscreen, correct? Like this is kind of a really, really nice unit if that's something that you're looking for. This is going to be a little bit expensive, but when you want a great tool that's going to do everything that you need, and it's not going to need replacing for a very, very long time, sometimes spending a little bit extra is worth it, especially for some of the features that you're going to get with this thing.
Yeah, definitely.
All
and
right.
just since we're touching on 8K, I saw you you showed one of the member pages, and just to let everyone know that we are proud members of the 8K Association.
Mhm.
So they're like a just a organization to kind of educate. They partner with companies who are into 8K and have 8K solutions, and they're pretty much just an organization that wants to bring 8K awareness to the public. Its benefits, where it's going, the latest news. So if you head over to 8kassociation.com, their website, they have all the latest news on 8K that you guys could find. A lot of resources, a lot of good content there.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of good content there, I'm going to go ahead and show off one of their articles just because, it is a little bit of a shout out to us. But, if you're interested in some of the stuff that we offer in the 8K realm and you happen to be on the 8K Association website, there's some content out there that you can catch regarding some of the products that we have. Specifically, just like this article, we have tons and tons of really cool stuff on here. But 8K Association has been great to partner with. I haven't done as much interaction with them as you might have, Joel, but so far, from what I've seen, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, they've been great to work with. If you could go back to that last shot, if you scroll down to the handsome-looking gentleman, go down a little. There he is.
Oh, here we are.
There he is. Mr. Elbron, yep. He's our VP Global Sales at BZBGEAR. Shout out Elbron if you're watching right now. So he was at the CEDIA show earlier this year, and we partnered with 8K Association at their booth at the show to kind of promote 8K, but also show promote our solutions and how efficient it can work in your systems. And all our 8K supports 8K at 60, but it also supports 4K at 120. So that was a big, that's a big deal for gamers and whatnot. So that was a thing that we're kind of promoting at as well.
And they used to be, even last year, thinking about running 8K, or not 8K, excuse me, 4K at 120 hertz. That used to be looking quite out of reach, but going a little bit of off topic here, coming up now with some of the stuff that we're seeing, both in graphics cards, some of the monitors, and some of the other technology surrounding it, for specifically for PC, maybe not so much for consoles. But some of the frame generation technology that's coming out surrounding a lot of these graphics cards, it's going to be huge. I know that it's kind of crazy how software and AI partnering with the hardware is being able to generate new frames and run at resolutions and frame rates that we didn't think was going to be possible for another couple years. So it's coming a lot quicker than I think a lot of people realize, is all I'm going to say. All right, so we will go ahead and get back on track here. That's enough of me derailing there with talking about computer components. I really like computer stuff, but one of the questions that you guys might have had, since we did mention it a little bit here earlier, regarding a PTZ camera. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and show the Nutrix because it's the closest thing that we got to a PTZ camera image I have on hand. But one of the questions that you guys might have is, why are you guys focusing on making an 8K camera? So Joel, would you like to handle that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's the future, right? We're looking to the future proofing all your equipment and your applications to be able to efficiently run in the future, when higher resolutions and things like that. So we know there's a lot of different applications, a lot of different type of customers, different needs. So basically we're building 8K, all these solutions, the cameras, AV units, basically just to give people the best quality resolutions possible. And I mean, 8K is going to be the standard eventually. 4K UHD is the standard right now. But just like with 1080p upgraded to 4K, 8K will have its time soon. So yeah, I mean, that's why all our 8K solutions is just to ready people for the future. 4K at 120, like we mentioned, and just to future proof and get the best out of your equipment that you guys are using.
Right. And another thing too is I know one of the benefits that you can also look at it as is, well, you may not need 8K right now. There is always, well, there's almost no downside other than storage space when it comes to digital storage. Of why, like, you can always shoot something in a higher resolution and downscale it to a lower resolution, and you are going to get a better image. It doesn't really cost you anything extra other than, well, the cost of the camera, obviously, if you want to go with a higher resolution, but the storage space. That's about it.
Yep.
So we really want to start getting the ball rolling on this. Like I said, well, more like you said, 8K PTZ camera. Don't expect it in 2024. Maybe 2025, but we are getting the ball rolling. That's the main takeaway with the 8K camera. So you're not going to see it anytime soon. You might see some teasers about it. We might talk about some of the features that we're looking at. We may even ask the community some questions on what they would want in a PTZ camera moving forward. But this is going to be something a little bit further out in the future. Another thing that I want to touch back on, I'm going to go back to the 8K side here, because we did talk about a 16x16 coming along. So Joel, imagine me as the audience asking the question, why 16x16? Who would need a 16x16?
You know, the guy living in the small shack that needs the TV that's bigger than his house. No, just 16:16. These are more used for like work, corporation, you know, large events. And so with the 16x16, it'll be possible to make, you know, 4x4 video walls.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just you know, think big, go big. You know, just for the big applications out there. I mean, we already have like the, you know, a 4x4 and, you know, 8x8. We have the 9x9 actually VP Pro, a 4K. So we actually have going back to our 4K line. We have the Swiss Army knife matrix switcher. It's an all-in-one matrix switch, multi-viewer and video wall processor. So we have the VP and the VP Pro series. The VP Pro series has all of the VP attributes, but then it also does HDMI, you know, signal extension.
Mm-hmm.
So that one goes up to 9x9, and we will have a 16x16 as well in 2024 for our 4K VP series, both for the VP and the VP Pro. So just like, and also just again, why are we going to 16x16? Is just for larger applications that you know, that people would need. If they want to make the 4x4 video walls, for instance, they will be able to do all of that in 4K or 8K, depending on what solution they go with.
And I'll go ahead and give an example of like one application that might need a 16x16, right? News stations, right? Tons and tons of screens that they have to run. On top of that, they have a video control room, so where they have tons of monitors inside of that need all the signal. So that's just one example, but there's a lot of corporate and other use cases for these types of things. If you need something larger than 16x16, you can get it. You can get it from us as well, but you're going to be limited to probably 80 over IP, and you're going to be limited to 4K, at least at the moment. Maybe somewhere down the line, we don't have anything to announce for that. But if you need something right now, our AV over IP system can facilitate that for you. So we'll go back to what we were showing when we were talking about the 8K camera here. But let's talk about the Nutrix. Right, we've been talking about this camera for a little bit here this last year. We are really excited to see it get off the ground. But as I understand it, there are going to be some changes before it actually launches, Joel.
Yeah. So just for context, so this is the BG Nutrix. It is one of the first medical grade PTZ cameras. It is IEC 60601 certified. It can work properly in all medical fields and hospitals, you know, with no interference, you know, with the other equipment. So we made sure that it complies with hospitals. It is AI auto tracking, just like the Adamo 4K. Many of the same features. It has NDI HX3. So some of the new stuff that we're working on, which we already kind of did right now, is making this camera modular.
Yeah,
modular. So meaning that right now you could see the camera on top, and then on the bottom, that is actually the speakerphone.
It's a little bit easier to see from the back, but
there's the back,
this is all one unit in the picture right now.
Yeah, that's how we originally designed it, and we were going to sell it like that. But then just from talking to people at the shows, getting feedback, a lot of people they requested it if they can separate it. If they want to buy only the camera, only the speakerphone, or both, maybe at separate times or whatnot. So now it will be modular. You can separate it. It'll be sold separately or together. Whatever the customer wants. This one will be released in Q2 of 2024. So we're still, developing it, but it is almost complete. The speakerphone works kind of like a walkie-talkie. So it's a two-way communication. So one person speaks, and then you have to wait till they're done talking, then the next person can reply back. So that's great, when it's for in-room monitoring of the patients. It has night vision. Has night vision as well. We've worked with customer or other hospitals to put in software for privacy reasons. So when the camera is not functioning, it'll actually turn up or turn all the way to the other side, just so the patient knows for sure that it's that it's off. It's not just off, but it's looking away. So that they have
a little bit of extra peace of mind and privacy.
Exactly. And also so software. Well, we'll get into that the next subject, software development.
I think we can tell a little bit of an anecdote regarding it kind of ties in with the Nutrix, not entirely, but between the medical field and our software development. So there is a small little anecdote. I kind of learned about it as soon as I kind of came on with the company not too long ago, about 2 years ago. But we were actually doing some cameras specifically for a hospital. And we had some talks with them, and there was some back and forth, and they were reasonably happy with what they had gotten. But there were a few extra things that they wanted from the camera. And one of those things was the ability to zoom in a little bit further, because the camera, I believe that they were doing it with was the UPTC. Either way, they were working with one of our PTZ cameras, and it was 30 times zoom, optical zoom, right? But they wanted a little bit extra, so we were able to work in some extra software in there to work in a digital zoom as well, on top of having the cameras turn themselves around when they were off. So that way, we were able to go and meet the requirements that they had. So I think that's a good little segue to push right into the software development side of what's happening in 2023. So
yeah, so with the Nutrix, since we're still talking about that right there. I mean, we, like you said, we work closely with all of our customers. If they want something specific for a specific feature, or something or software that the camera can handle, I mean, we are very open. We'll work with with them on how to get that done and what we can do. So yeah, so 2024, not just product development, but software development is going to be a big thing for us right now. So say with the Nutrix, it will, along with the camera, so when it gets released next year, it will come with a basic monitoring system. And then, like I said, if the customers want anything changed within that system, we will work with them to adjust and fine tune.
Right.
But not just that. I mean, we already have control software, BG control for PTZ cameras, AVRP, Matrix switchers.
Yep. All of these that you see right here, you can control them with an app That app is free. It will remain free, and as we develop it, it will still continue to be free.
Yeah.
One of the really cool things that we are doing, or rather have done, is our software, specifically apps and stuff like that, is no longer Apple specific. So for a while, if you wanted to control one of these with your phone here, you would have to have an iPhone just like this. That has changed. We are now also supporting Android, so we are trying to be as agnostic as possible when it comes to which operating system you utilize. We don't want you to have to be like, oh, well, we really like your product. We really like everything that you're showing us, but we don't run Apple. We don't have Macs. We don't have iPhones, right? So we don't want that to be a barrier point. We want you to be able to, we want our stuff to work with whatever you have. That's kind of a consistent thing with us. We don't want you to be locked into our ecosystem. So, for example, if you were to buy one of our PTZ controllers, like the BG Commander Pro, you don't have to buy our cameras. It'll work with any, with pretty much any IP-based PTZ camera. The goal is not to have you be like, okay, you've bought our joystick controller, now you have to buy the Adamo. Yeah. We want you to buy the Adamo. Yeah. We think the Adamo is great, but we're not going to tell you that you have to.
Yeah, so
that's my feel. I'm done.
That's the beauty of our products. It's just universally can be used with other brands, and like if you have existing equipment already and you just need something to add in there, throw in a BZBGEAR product in there, and it'll work fine. So yeah.
It's kind of our bridging the gap.
Yeah.
We like bridging the gap. So I think the last thing that we really need to talk about here is going to be the trade shows, Joel. The trade shows.
Yeah. So last year was pretty much our first year diving into trade shows, as a manufacturer, and it was a big. I like going to them. It's you learn a lot of new things, meet a lot of new people. You see a lot of new inventions and innovations. So it's always pretty cool to go to these events. So this year was our second year. Kind of been around, not our first rodeo, so we were more kind of aware of what to expect. I remember last year, like especially the first two trade shows we went to. I think the first one was NAB in Vegas. The other one is Infocom, I think also in Vegas, because I know Infocom switches between Orlando, but I think it was both in Vegas. But those are the two biggest shows, right? In for pro AV and broadcasting. So right off the bat, we had to exhibit at these major shows, and it was a little it got a little hectic, just with preparation and getting the booth up, stuff like that. So it was quite an adventure. But this year we know what to expect. This year we went on I don't know what the number is, but we went
to a lot.
Yes.
Let me actually see if I have the.
Let me go to that page. Yeah. Can you go to our page and just to get a quick reference? But last year we did I don't know, under 10 for sure. But this year I don't know, 20, maybe 20, like both large and small local shows. The smaller shows, across the country, but obviously the bigger ones, Vegas, Orlando, but also Barcelona and Amsterdam. We went to those too.
Let me share this image real quick. Here we go. So we went to a lot of trade shows. On the left-hand side, that's all of the trade shows that we went to in 2023. I can't do napkin math off the top of my head of how many that is, but that's at least 15. So there was a lot of going around the place this year.
Yes, there was. If you click on the link real quick, I sent another link. This is to our events page on the site. Basically just saying the same thing, but it's maybe a little easier to read. It won't show it all because you have to click through the different pages, but at least the audience can get a grasp of just yes, like how many. that we attended.
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick for you. All right, here's some of the events. Obviously, we're doing a little bit of a spoiler of where we're going in 2024, but I was already doing a little bit of a spoiler there by having the ISE webpage up. But here's all of the past events that we've gone to. This is all of our 2023 events that we went to, and it goes on for another page.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it probably goes on for another page after that.
Yeah. So we were quite busy, a lot of traveling, a lot of frequent flyer miles. I hope Boss Man got good rewards now, buying all of us flights. But yeah, I mean, if you go back to the ISE, that'll be the first major show of 2024, coming up at the end of January. I think January 30 to February 2nd. So that will be in Barcelona. That will be our second time in Barcelona. So pretty excited. Last year was the first time in Spain.
It'll be my first time, so I'm looking forward to
that's right.
tapas.
Oh, that's right. You didn't. Okay, so this will be your first time abroad to either Amsterdam or you didn't go to. Oh yeah, you didn't go to Amsterdam IBC.
Nope.
So okay, so this will be. You got your passport. You got everything.
I do.
Set?
I do. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm ready for
there is
some
a process
with our good buddies over there in Spain.
Yeah, like Suso.
I'm looking forward to hollering at Suso.
Watch it, man. Last time we were talking to him last year, I think it was last year's pre-ISE show. I think we had him on, and we're just he was giving us pointers on the tapas, where to go for tapas and wine or beer, and everything is just so exquisite in Barcelona. So I can't wait to go over there, and we'll show you the spots, Matt. So don't worry.
Yeah. I will be taking a lot of photos as well with this thing.
Oh, there you go. Yep. There you go. Since you're our videographer / photographer, there you go. You get a lot of B-rolls and you can share your experience there.
It'll be getting some good use on it.
Yeah. So for 2024, it'll be a bit of a change. We won't be as active as we were this year. So we are parsing down many of the shows. We are going to the 4 major ones for Pro AV and Broadcasting, which is Infocom, ISE, and then NAB and IBC on the broadcasting side. And then there's HIMSS as well. There's a healthcare, a big healthcare show. I forgot where it's at. Chicago.
It's Healthcare Information and Management Systems Society.
Orlando.
It'll be in Orlando.
There you go. So that's what we have on tap right now. We may be doing maybe other ones as the year comes around that we may change our mind on. So just kind of look out. Go to our BZB events page, BZBGEAR events page. To keep up to date, and then we'll be sure to share the news in newsletters or social media postings and whatnot. But I mean, we invite you guys. We love the interaction with people to come by our booth. I mean, it's pretty exciting to show them what new things that we got going on that year, and just to see what their projects are and what their visions are for their projects and applications. So it's just a fun time to kind of.
If you're interested in seeing more about some of the shows that we're going to, our website, you can go to our events page, which is the page that you're looking at right here. You can click on the read more about it. It'll give you a small little blurb to it, but it'll also give you a link directly to the show page. So, for example, we're looking at the NAB show now. NAB, awesome place to go. We really look forward to it this year. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. But ISE is going to be the first one for the year.
Yep. And just to also point out that many of these shows have free guest passcodes. So I don't know if we included them in these articles, but if not, we will include it there. But also just, when you look out for our postings and whatnot. But if you guys are interested in going to the show, make sure that you use our passcodes, so you get free entry. I think a lot of
Doesn't look
times.
like we have one up for ISE yet, but we can go ahead and amend that.
Yep, shortly. Yep. So we will be, just and if it's not there, just reach out to our chat or our tech support or anybody, and then you can ask them or shoot an email to info@bzbgear.com. Say, hey, what's your? I want to see you guys at ISE. What's your free guest passcode? And make sure you guys should take advantage of those. Free entry. You just have to, obviously pay for travel. But I hope to see all of you guys there.
Absolutely. So I think that just about covers it for our sneak peek at what's coming in 2024. There will be more to come as we get into 2024 and as we get closer. But, we don't want to spoil too many of the surprises, right?
Yeah. For our next episode, which will be in 2 weeks, will be our last show of 2023, December 14th, I believe. That one will be, we'll have a laid back show. It won't be any too much. Well, we'll have tech talk, but then we could talk. It'll be end of the year.
It'll probably be a little bit less specifically about BZBGEAR, a little bit more of a hanging out, having some fun, looking at some new tech trends, maybe some things that you can consider for gifts. But generally, we just want to have it be a little bit more of a fun themed Christmas event.
Yeah.
So maybe some hot chocolate. Unfortunately, I can't reach through the screen and give you a hot chocolate, but you're just gonna have to get some yourself.
Yeah, like this. Like, can you smell?
Yeah. I've got
it's not warm anymore.
Smell-o-vision on my computer right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 4D. Like I actually went to sip on some spiked eggnog. That would be good. I know, huh? Man, that might really clear my throat.
I don't know how my boss would like me sipping on some spiked eggnog during work, but we'll see about it. Maybe. Speaking of, by the way, I found a new beer that I like.
Oh,
yeah.
What is it?
It sounds a little weird. Dragon's Milk.
Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
Is that a stout?
Yeah, it's a stout. It was pretty good.
Oh, I cannot, like a Guinness, right?
Yeah, I guess. I bought some because I was going to do a stew, and I used it in the stew, and it was pretty good. But it was a little expensive. It was like $16 for 4.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, it's probably one of those holiday special batches or something like that. Maybe that's why. Man, stout. I love beer, but then stout's one of the ones I mean, I've drank it before, but then like Irish car bombs.
Dragon's Milk sounds like spiked eggnog. It might be. It just might be. You never know. All right. Just before we go, does anybody have any questions regarding 2024? Maybe something that we missed that you're interested about? Feel free to throw it in there. Maybe it's just something that you want to say hi. Go ahead and do it. But I'm still not much of a beer drinker though, Joel.
Actually, no. Yeah, I remember the last show that we went to. It was one of the Vegas ones. I remember at the time you didn't really drink, so we'd go out for a company dinner or something, and then you didn't drink, but you finally did. And then I was like, I ran to my chance. I said, hey, is man, is he gonna take a drink right now? Is he gonna drink? So I was like, I gotta drink with that guy. So
the double tequila shot.
And then in Barcelona, like everything was a lot. To me, it seemed like it was a lot cheaper. Than if you buy dinner here. I remember going out, we bought like a round of drinks. There's 3 of us, round of drinks, number of plates of tapas. The whole bill came out to $30, maybe $40. And then I was so shocked because the drinks alone, I know if we ordered those drinks alone here in California or in America, anywhere, the drinks alone would have been $40 just for the drinks. And then, the food, maybe another, $30, $40 might have been double. So, I don't know.
Well, speaking about drinking and trade shows, I gotta shout out Rydell at Infocom because, after like the last day of the show, I think they had pretzels and beer, and it was free. It was awesome. Like
Oh,
Rydell, they're a German company, but it was like fresh pretzels and
uh,
Stella Artois, and I was like, I'm gonna go
uh,
get me a Stella, and it was pretty good.
yeah.
So. Got to shout them out real quick. But it doesn't appear like we have any questions regarding 2024. So I think that concludes the live stream for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks, Joel, for coming on, even though you're a little under the weather. We appreciate you being a trooper. And we will see you guys in the next episode of our live stream. Looking forward to having some holiday cheer and spirit. And we will see you guys later. Be safe. Enjoy the colder weather now that it's getting a little colder. Bundle up and have a great day.
Yes. Happy holidays.